What's up, you guys? It's your girl Glimmy Nana, and I'm back with another video. So I'm here at my surgeon office, my first appointment here to meet my surgeon. I had to drive an hour and 30 minutes to see my surgeon. So now I'm just filling out the paperwork. How I flip my camera? So I'm just filling out the paperwork. I'm here at the office, and since the coronavirus, people can't sit in the lobby, so I'm just in my car filling out the paperwork. So I'm gonna try to see if I can film inside when I meet my surgeon. So stay tuned, you guys.
So, Miss Jones, good morning. Dr. Huddleston, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, I understand that you're interested in weight loss surgery.
Yes.
So, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and let you ask me a bunch of questions. We'll talk about all this stuff before we get anything started, okay?
Okay.
Tell me what brought you to the point where you would be interested in surgery to help you lose weight.
Well, honestly, I have been seeing it's like a trend going around, like VSG surgery is popular in the weight loss community, but
That's true.
it's not just only that. It's just now recently I'm pre-diabetic and I have high cholesterol.
Okay.
And it's at the point where I have to take this seriously, and I have tried losing weight on my own, and it hasn't been effective.
So, tell me what sort of things you have tried to help you lose weight.
I tried changing my diet, working out, but it just seemed like it's not working for me.
Like working out at the gym? Going to the
Yeah, my
okay,
apartment
gym.
complex, they have a fitness center.
Okay.
I tried going there, but for some reason, I get distracted, or it just doesn't work for me, or like I still have this urge to eat.
Okay.
Like my appetite is still strong, and I feel like VSG just will help me control
Okay.
my hunger and stuff like this. I just want to use it as a tool to help me.
I like that. That is a great. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Okay. What about other like professional programs like Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or Atkins diets, anything like that?
It's just like the fade, you know. I want something that's effective that will help me long term.
All right.
And I see that my daughter, she's also picking up on my eating habits.
I see.
I just want a better relationship with food.
That's a good idea. Okay, what would you say, just in the past, say 4 or 5 years, maybe, when you've been trying to lose weight, is the lowest you've been able to get down to?
Well, before I had my daughter, like I got her the maximum weight I was like 300 pounds.
Okay.
After I had her, I dropped down 275. So that's the lowest I have been in years.
Okay. What's the most you've ever weighed?
I'm at my most now, like 376.
Okay. And then where do you think you would feel comfortable with your weight?
180, 165.
Okay. So why don't we say at least below 180?
Yes.
Okay, below 180. All right. Now, and the other things that I've noticed, you're taking phentermine. Is that correct? Phentermine. So you're doing that to help try to lose weight, I assume.
Yes.
So you've tried medicines before. Now, not allergic to anything that you know of.
No.
And you're 5 feet 6 inches tall. Is that correct?
Yes.
5 feet 6 inches tall. And we weighed you in today at 374. Now, other than the phentermine, you're not taking any medicine right now, right? No. Now, you did mention the cholesterol, but I assume they're not worried about putting you on medicine yet.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What about, do you have sleep apnea?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Has anybody ever told you snore?
Yes.
Okay.
My kids tell me that all the
Yeah,
time.
okay. So that's a potential there. Now, what about any surgeries that you've had in the past?
No surgery.
So still have your gallbladder, your appendix, your tonsils, all your female organs,
yes.
all that stuff. Okay. Married, single, wooded, divorced?
Single.
Single. Do you smoke?
No.
Good. And you mentioned a daughter.
Yes.
Just one child?
I have two.
You have two? How old are they?
I have a girl and I have a boy. My daughter, she's 9. My son, he's 7.
9 and 7. Okay. Have you tossed this around with them? Have you talked to them about all
I
this?
have.
Yeah. Okay.
At first, my daughter wasn't liking it, but I was like, it's the betterment for me, and me loving myself is the best thing that I can do for us. If I'm not good, then I can't take care of my family.
That's a great attitude.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at 5 feet 6 inches tall and 374 pounds, that gives you a BMI or body mass index of 60. Okay. Based on that number there, you would qualify as a candidate for surgery. Okay. You would be considered morbidly obese. Now, you mentioned some of those. Morbid means causing disease, and you mentioned some of those disease processes like the cholesterol, pre-diabetes, and stuff like that.
Yes.
So if left alone, that can continue to evolve into all those issues.
Right.
Okay.
Because like my dad, he's pre-diabetic, and my aunt on my dad's side is diabetic as well. She had to get part of her toe cutting off, and I don't want that. Because I'm young, I'm 29, I still have my whole life to live, and I really don't want that.
We want you to live it healthy. Okay. Right. Now, you mentioned one thing that I tell all of our patients, and that is that weight loss surgery is a tool. Okay. Do you know anybody that's been through weight loss surgery before? I mean, have you talked to any friends or family?
At my church, but it wasn't VSG. I think it's the other one, bariatric, where the intestines is moved.
Like a gastric bypass?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So there's lots of different options as far as surgery is concerned. Okay. The idea is there's two types of weight loss surgeries. There are restrictive procedures that do just that. They physically restrict how much food you can eat. And by re-educating you to make good food choices and eating less food, that's less calories in, and that plus exercise will get us weight loss. All right. The other type of operation is a malabsorptive procedure, and that involves moving or rerouting part of the small bowel so that when you eat, not all of that is getting absorbed. Again, the bottom line is less in, we get you to exercise and more out, and that gets us our weight loss. Okay. And that one would be a Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. Now, there's other options out there. There's biliopancreatic diversion with a duodenal switch. There's some newer surgeries that are sort of still in the experimental phase. But the sleeve gastrectomy and the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass are the two mainstays now of weight loss surgery.
Right.
Okay. But you're right, it is a tool. If you talk to any of our patients that have been through this journey, they will tell you that it's not easy. You still have to put forth the work and effort. You still have to maintain, those healthy eating habits. But it's a tool, and like any job, if you use the right tool, it's going to get the job done for you. Okay. Now, when we talk about success after weight loss surgery, we measure what we call excess weight lost. All right. At 5 feet 6 inches tall, if you looked at the older insurance charts, and these are just guidelines, okay, these are not hard fast rules. At 5 feet 6 inches tall, as a female, they would recommend that you weighed somewhere between 130 to 150 pounds.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you should weigh that. All right. But we're going to use that for some math so that we can look at expectations. Okay. Let's just take that top number, say 150. Today, at 374, you're carrying around roughly about 225 pounds of extra weight. Okay?
That's a lot.
So that's where we want to measure our success. How much of that extra weight can we help you lose? Okay? Now, you keep coming back to a vertical sleeve, and I, honestly, with no other big health issues, I think that's a great option for you. Okay? With a sleeve gastrectomy, I like to see somewhere between 70 and 75% excess weight lost. Okay? So that 225 pounds, if we just looked at 70% of that, you're talking about 160 pounds that we could get you to lose. All right? That would get you down to about 210, 215. All right? Does not mean that you cannot lose more. Okay? Does not guarantee that you'll lose that. Again, because this is a tool. And as long as you're using that tool appropriately, you'll get what you want out of it. Okay. Now, I looked before I came in. You have Blue Carrier insurance, is that correct? Okay. So they will pay for it. We just have to jump through a bunch of hoops in order to get it approved. Okay. And that brings me to the question. I mean, I saw you live in. There we go. Okay. So now, after a little intermission, so yes, so the insurance will cover it, but there's hoops that we have to jump through to get it approved.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's see. Remind me. I looked at it before we came in. Who is your family? Kimberly Pritchard, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you see her. She's your family practitioner routine. That's if you're sick. That's who you go see.
Yes.
How often do you see her now?
Well, I'm in the 6-month program.
Excellent. So you've already started that.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So I started in October.
Okay.
So this would be my 4th month, and I do my monthly weigh-ins.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So you're well ahead of the game. So that's one of the biggest hurdles because it takes the most time, and that's what the insurance companies call a 6-month period of supervised weight loss.
Right.
Okay. And during that time, you're supposed to go see Kimberly every month for 6 consecutive months.
Right.
And if you're already four in, you're ahead of the game. Okay. So that saves us a bunch of time. Woohoo! Now the second and third pieces are we send you to see a dietitian.
Yeah, I'm working on that now.
Because it doesn't matter which surgery you pick, they would all change how you eat. Okay. Right. Not only how much, but if you think about it, if you take a regular meal and you just take it down to maybe a fourth of that or less, we still want you to get all the nutrition that you would normally get just in smaller packages. So food choices are very important because overall we still want you to be healthy.
Right.
Just while you're losing weight.
Right.
Okay. Now, I will tell you this, the many studies have looked at this, and in the bariatric field, we sort of call it the halo effect. You know, you talked about the eating habits that your daughters are picking up, that your daughter's picking up. So people who have been through weight loss surgery before, the people that are in their sort of circle of influence, that halo around them, tend to also model those behaviors, especially through younger children, because they see you eating healthier, they see you exercising, they start picking up those habits, and so they're going to gain some benefits from this as well. Okay. So number 1 is the 6 months that you've already started. Number 2 is the dietitian. Number 3 is we send you to see a psychiatrist or psychologist. Okay. Now nobody thinks you're crazy, but there's a lot of mental and emotional issues that come around not only eating, but weight loss surgery. I mean, there's still some stigma out there that people think it's cheating or that it's the easy way out, which is, again, if you talk to any of the patients, they will tell you that is a farce.
Right.
It's not easy. It is not certainly not cheating, but it does work. Okay. And so part of that process, the gentleman that we usually use, one of the insurance requirements is a personality test. Okay. So hundreds of multiple choice questions has nothing to do with surgery. How do you feel about this thing? How do you react to that? How does stress affect you? Okay. They just like to see how you process emotions and challenges and things like that. And then afterwards they would ask you, what are your goals?
Right.
What's your motivating factors? What do you want to see happen in all this process? Do you understand the changes that you're going to make? The bottom line is we all want you to be successful, to lose weight, to get healthy, and to stay healthy. Okay? So at this point, you've already done 4 out of your 6 monthly visits. What we need to do is get you in to see the dietitian and psychologist. Now, we do have some folks in Nashville that we can try to hook you up with, to try to save you a trip. If that won't work, the other option sometimes we have used for people who have had to travel to see us is we can coordinate a visit with the dietitian and psychologist here in town. So like if you when you're coming back in for a follow-up visit, we get all that stuff lined up. You go see the dietitian, the psychologist, and you come see us in the afternoon or something like that.
Okay. I think I found a nutritionist, but since today is a holiday, I'm going to call tomorrow and set it up. Okay.
Well, you just let us know if you need any help with that. Okay. Now, a couple things specific to your insurance. With your Blue Care, there is a form that I'm going to give you that has to be filled out. Now, remind me, I believe Miss Kimberly is she a nurse practitioner?
Yes.
Okay. So that actually has to be signed by her attending physician. So every nurse practitioner or PA that's out there working, somewhere in their food chain or in the hierarchy, they have an MD that's supervising their practice.
Okay.
They have to be the one to sign that. Okay. So if the next time you see her, just take that in and say, hey, I need you to sign this, but it has to be, signed by the doctor. Okay. Let me give you some more pieces of paperwork. This is just sort of an overall summary of what it's required to get approved, but it sounds like you've done your homework and you know all that stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
I do my research.
And then the last thing, normally we have done seminars in the past where, a bunch of people come and sit in a room and listen to me ramble for about an hour about, weight loss surgery, how it works, why it works. Because we can't do that due to the COVID. We have all built this program handbook.
Mm-hmm.
The first half of this is a lot of the information that we would cover at one of the seminars.
Okay.
The second half is more into the nutrition, the diet, and exercise, what you can expect after surgery. Okay. So that's for you.
Okay.
Now, we've talked about numbers, we've talked about expectations. We know you're interested in a sleeve. What kind of questions can I answer for you at this time?
I'm scared about being under anesthesia because this is my first time having the surgery.
Okay.
I see horror stories on on TV where the patient wake up.
Sure.
So
and we've all heard those. We've all heard those stories. But I would tell you, if you look at the literature, the chances of that happening are exceedingly rare.
Okay.
I mean, I finished my residency and started practice in 2009. Even during residency and beyond, I have never had that happen to me.
Okay.
As a patient, either a couple of surgeries that I've had, or I've never had one of my patients have that happen.
Okay, because that's the only thing I'm scared about.
So that should be the last thing on your list.
Okay.
Okay. What else? What other questions can I answer?
The pre-op diet.
Yes, ma'am.
Where I'm drinking nothing but liquids because I know the liver have to shrink.
Right.
Before I have surgery.
Yep.
So what type of foods do I need to eat? Is it in the book?
Some of that will be covered in the book, but when you come back to see me again, we'll go through all that in detail.
Okay.
I usually do that for 1 week right before the operation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sugar-free liquid diet.
Okay.
And again, just like you mentioned, the purpose is to burn all the sugar and fat out of the liver, to shrink the liver. Because when we actually do your surgery, we have to lift the liver up to expose the stomach. Okay? Yeah, we'll go through all of that in detail. We'll give you all the explanations, make sure that you've got everything that you need.
Okay. Also, I know 75% of my stomach is going to be cut, right?
We remove roughly about 3/4 of it. That's correct.
Is it me getting this surgery is going to remove the hunger to the appetite to eat? Because I know I did a lot of research on YouTube, whatever, where they said 75% of the stomach is moved, but it's not taking most of the hormones. It's taking the
ghrelin. Yes. So there's a hormone called ghrelin most of it is released from the upper outer portion of the stomach, and that's the part that we remove. Mm-hmm. Not all of it, but most of it. Mm-hmm. And so the after surgery studies have shown that hormone gets reduced. Mm-hmm. And by reducing that diminishes or blunts some of your appetite. Okay. And then obviously if you've got a smaller stomach, you eat less to feel full. And again, so less appetite, less food in, it gets you weight loss. Okay.
But I mean, will the appetite come back?
So studies have sort of varied on that opinion. If you look at the literature, there has never really been an increase in that hormone level post-op that we found. Okay. However, the sort of the initial effects that some people have when they'll come back after surgery say, man, I have no hunger at all. Mm-hmm. Sort of a rule of thumb is we tell people you've got a good 2 years after your surgery to make it actually work the most for you. Okay. And during that 2 years, obviously you're eating less, you're picking up healthy exercising habits, you're making sure that you're picking the right food choices so that those things become just that, they become habit. All right. They can become your new lifestyle.
Right.
Because we're not doing this as a short-term fix. We want to change your life so that as you go forward, you're healthy and stay healthy.
Right.
Most people will say that long-term they still get hungry. Mm-hmm. They'll have hunger. Okay. Mm-hmm. Obviously, just being able to eat less food.
Right.
Okay.
After a while, will I be able to eat bigger portions?
Yes. Everybody notices that after usually 6 months to a year after surgery, you're able to eat more.
Okay.
Now, you will never be able to go back and eat an entire, plate of food just like you could beforehand. Okay. But there will always be a little bit of stretching of the stomach pouch. Okay.
I also seen on YouTube where like, you getting your stomach cut or whatever, and they was like, well, you can't get the 75% back. And I seen one doctor, he was like, well, your stomach stretches. So like, is it reversible? Some say that it may be reversible, and some say that it's not reversible.
Sure. A sleeve gastrectomy is not considered reversible.
Okay.
Once we've removed that portion of the stomach, it's gone, so it can't go back in. Okay. Like we mentioned, your stomach will stretch a little, okay, but again, it will never go back to the full size it was.
Okay. All right.
We good? Okay. So here's the plan. You're done with 4 of the 6 monthly visits. What I would like to do is have them get you an appointment to come back and see me again in 2 more months. All right.
So that would be February, March.
So roughly around March, mid-March or so.
Okay.
So that allows you to finish those last 2 visits. Okay. At that time, what we do is we go through the details of the surgery. We go through the details of the diet that we put you on.
Okay.
We take all 6 of the monthly visits from Miss Pritchard. We take the letter from the dietitian and the psychologist. We put it all together as a package. I send it into the insurance company. Once we have an approval, we're ready for surgery.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Sound like a plan?
Yes.
Okay, and you've got homework. You've got 1 piece of paper to have Miss Kimberly have them sign.
Yes.
Okay? Again, if you run into issues with the dietitian or psychologist, you call and let us know, and we can coordinate a visit with you
All right.
coming back here to Cookville.
Okay.
All right? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hang tight for just a second. I'm going to have them get you an appointment for follow-up,
Okay.
and we'll see you in a couple months.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So you guys, y'all seen that I met my surgeon, what we talked about. The next time I see him will be in March, where I guess I get scheduled my surgery day or whatever. I am really tired. I woke up like around about 6 o'clock this morning, and I drove 4 hours just to see my surgeon. But I'm nervous, but I'm also excited at the same time. I'm really ready for this new life I'm about to embark on. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Put on your post bell notifications. Let you guys know when your girl uploading. Thank you for watching. Bye. So you guys, y'all seen that I met my surgeon, what we talked about. The next time I see him will be in March, where I guess I get scheduled my surgery day or whatever. I am really tired. I woke up like around about 6 o'clock this morning, and I drove 4 hours just to see my surgeon. But I'm nervous, but I'm also excited at the same time. I'm really ready for this new life I'm about to embark on. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Put on your post bell notifications. Let you guys know when your girl uploading. Thank you for watching. Bye.